And the final song of the night. Recommended two? What? Okay, whatever that means. Final song of the night. Aaron Lewis, If I Were a Liberal. This is not my political standings. This is not my political views. I don't even know what he's going to say. However, a request is a request, and I enjoy the hell out of listening to Aaron Lewis. So we're going to have to see what he has in his song. If you take songs to heart, if you take offense to songs, it's probably and he's speaking of somebody that you would feel that he's speaking of you. I won't hold it against you to not stay on a video. However, just have respect. With that being said, let's get this started. You want to check out more Aaron Lewis music? You could go right down to the first hashtag. I also should have hashtag Stained because he is still in Stained. A buddy of mine today was asking me about it. Said that he heard that they're supposed to have a concert up around me somewhere. So let's keep going. Or let's go ahead and start it.
If I was a liberal, I'd find a way somehow to make man think he created God and not the other way around. And what you see on TV would seem like the gospel truth. And I'd make right look so wrong and make wrong look so cool. Hey, anything to keep you on my level. If I was a liberal.
I think he made this song to troll people, to be perfectly honest.
If I was a liberal, everyone would just see color. And I'd take all religions and I'd turn them against each other. I'd sit back and I'd love it, and I'd watch you fuel the hate, and I'd light fires on the evening news and let you fan my flames. Hey, anything to keep you out of heaven. If I was a liberal.
I ain't never heard this song, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. If I was a liberal. I just keep on doing what I'm doing. He can really carry his voice for a country song too. I mean, obviously he's able to carry his voice. He's the lead singer of Stained, but not very many musicians can go from rock to country. I mean, what, Darius Rucker? He's another one. Absolutely amazing artist. Hootie and a Blowfish to his own, just like Aaron Lewis. But not very many people can do that. One, I'm happy to be able to hear these songs from these artists. Two, I'm happy at the fact that a lot of people are doing things like this. Corey Taylor and Aaron Lewis. Corey Taylor from Stone Sour. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out too, Fred. Without question. Duracion. Yes and no. This is more of a folk type country style. It's a country style, but it has a reminiscence of folk music to it.
All I'm doing sure is working out. If you don't believe me, I can prove it. Hey, all you need to do is look around. Hell, I be thinking things just can't get better. But if I was a little, so if I was a liberal, and all is said and done, I'd be the pussy that I am, and I'd tuck my tail and run. I got in darkness, destined to regret. 'Cause if I was Pelosi, well, I'd be scared.
Wow. Wait a minute. 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 Okay, I said I would not give my political opinions on the song itself, but I will absolutely state there is not a question in my mind that I agree with him on the Pelosi line. Um, Duracion, he's got some really really good music. You should check him out.
So there is the possibility that I may have just offended you. And if I did, good. Good, motherfucker. I hope I offended the fucking shit out of you.
No, we don't care for Hulu, but Hulu or whatever it is. Um, is there anything I even need to say to be perfectly honest? The end of the song was absolutely perfect. I mean, I didn't expect him to make that comment, but I thought it was funny as hell. That was Aaron Lewis. If you guys want to check out more, if you're coming to the video and you haven't heard of him before, you go right down to that very first hashtag. You can't go wrong, obviously. You might get offended depending on where you lean politically, but if you want to hear good music, you got an option there. No comment, Doc. That's gonna be all for tonight, though. I definitely got to get to bed. I got to be up at 3 in the morning, so I just wanted to make sure I got some reactions in tonight because I feel personally that I'm obligated to make reactions, and not just for everybody that wants to see them, but for me to force myself to actually sit down for a few minutes and try to relax with the world coming down on me. So that's why I made sure, no matter how late it took tonight, I was doing a couple reaction songs. Um, yeah, I'd already be at work if it was 4 a.m. Duracion. Mickey says, I wish you would stop holding back. LOL. That's the thing. I could see him unleashing a lot more. I just don't know if we would get banned for reacting to it. I do believe in freedom of speech as long as nobody's advocating violence or infringing someone's rights. Well, we have laws to protect that, Fred. You can't just go and try to create chaos. It would break the law. So I'm with you. I'm there's things I could say right now of where I stand on freedom of speech, but let's just say we have a constitution that says free speech regardless. I'm one now, keep in mind, I'm going to be perfectly honest about this. I was one of the kids who got bullied growing up. I was also one of the kids who went nuts and started bullying the bullies. Sometimes you need those bullies. I'm not saying all of them, but sometimes you need them. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Einstein all had to deal with bullies. All made it somewhere because of those bullies. They wanted to make sure that they were able to rub it in the bullies' faces, and they did. So let's just say I'm a free speech absolutist. I'll just leave it there. If it's in the Constitution, that's my law. We have certain laws that they place in, like, infringing on somebody's rights or pursuing violence or pushing violence. That breaks the laws, and those are laws I agree with. Nobody needs to be harmed over what they say, but nobody also needs to encourage other people to harm. So that I'm with you 100%. However, the whole idea of hate speech, we can't have either side decide what is hate speech and what's not, because then you're going to infringe on different cultures. For instance, you have, I know this is going to get me in some stuff, but I'm just going to say it. You have people that are like Christian absolutists. You have people that are Jewish. You have people that are Catholic. And a lot of the people that come from those faiths that are older, not the newer age, because the newer age is more accepting. Uh, no comment, G. If I even talk about that, the video get pulled. But I kind of lost my train of thought. Um, yeah, I completely forgot what I was saying. Sorry about that. Somebody wants to remind me what I was just talking about. I'm all for it, but that last comment kind of distracted me big time. I knew what I was going to say was going to get me in trouble, so you might have just saved me. The whole idea of the hate speech, that's what it was. How can you allow one side or the other determine what hate speech is if they don't agree? For instance, you have people like Ben Shapiro, or the people of the Jewish faith, the people of the Catholic faith, the people of the Christian faith, the people of the Muslim faith. They feel that certain things people do is not correct, not right. They feel that if somebody's going to change their, I guess you would just call it a gender swap, gender change, whatever that is. Basically, if somebody decides to become a woman, it's a man, and somebody on Twitter says, "But this," and the person on Twitter, for instance, is a Christian, and they make that comment, then that's their faith against this person being deadening. Why would you even be able to consider taking a side on that when both sides would be wrong for not accepting the other? That's the way I see that. So I would never want something like that, the way that they're pushing it as hate speech, to be hate speech, because for you to make something like that hate speech, you would also have to make something like a religion a hate speech, which you can't really do. So that's kind of where I stand with that. Pushing violence, I'm against. Infringing on somebody's rights, I'm against. Slandering somebody with BS and lies, I'm against. Speaking freely, telling somebody where you stand politically, telling somebody whether you agree or disagree with somebody, you have that right. And I feel that that's something that we should never give up. Um, all I'm gonna say to your comment, G, the only thing I could really say to that comment is I don't agree nor disagree with what happened. I think it was a shit show from the door, from the beginning to the end. However, if we have the chaos that was created by the government on that situation, for instance, with all these trials, why aren't we having trials for the people that were doing it before that? I mean, remember, they were burning a federal courthouse down in Portland. That was ignored. They should be put on trial the same way. Um, yeah, absolutely, Mickey. Trust me, if I was able to speak on certain things like that on YouTube, I would. However, for me to speak on that, I would have to go live on my own website. He's entitled to his own opinion, Aaron, that is, and you're entitled to yours. That's what makes America America. Hasn't always been that way, but it should be. Yeah, well, slowly but surely, I know that they're taking those abilities away. I mean, can't show what's supposed to be in it, but they're aiming for that too. So, and just for YouTube's sake, there's nothing in there. Look, there's nothing. I don't have nothing in there. I'm not showing it on stream. You don't have to get mad. Um, but that's we have a constitution. That's where we need to stand with our constitution. That's the most I could really say. Um, maybe eventually somebody will get in office and restore our authorities as the people, because right now it's the government's supposed to be by the people for the people, but it's not. It's really not. Exactly, Mickey. That's why I gave the full warning in advance. So if people take the things personally, it probably wouldn't be a song that they'd want to hear or anything like that. To me personally, when all the different matter situation, like this matters or that matters, I'm not going to say what their actual name is, and that's just so I don't get pulled in the algorithm. What I put is what to me personally is what matters. Is it right there? Right? Nope. Right in the center of the screen. All right. That's one of my designs. So that's what to me matters. Humanity. I'm not one, not the other. Humanity. Because without humanity uniting, we're just a shit show. There's nothing more to say about it. But I got to get out of here. It's 10 o'clock exactly. I want all of you have a great, safe night. Stay positive. Spend some time with your significant other if you have one. If not, watch a movie or so. Just relax, kick back. Maybe go listen to one of these artists that I reacted to tonight. But until tomorrow, out of here. Oh, wait, we got more comments coming through. Technically, this is a music channel. You can still see tons of political stuff on the site. Yeah, absolutely. My thing is, what the hell? Oh, my thing is, more or less, it's yeah, here. Let me just do this. Mickey nailed it. I'm gonna read Mickey's comment one more time. And now that Big Brother has admitted to monitoring free speech on social media, it should scare everyone. That was Mickey's comment. I don't think he's wrong. So let me go ahead and get out of here. You all have a great, safe night.